On a map of the United States, Niagara Falls, New York is 178 millimeters due north of Walt Disney World in Orlando, California. So I'm going to draw this. So directly north of Orlando, we can find Niagara Falls. That's 178 millimeters on a map of the United States. Denver, Colorado is 273 millimeters from Orlando. So over here is 273 millimeters, and that's going to be Denver. And from Denver back to Niagara Falls is 235. Please no talking. Find the bearing of a plane must take to fly from Denver, Colorado to Orlando, Florida. Well, I'm going to do something right now. I know this is straight down, so I'm going to create a line that's perpendicular to this, make it a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to create a right triangle down here. And if we think of this here, this is going to help me with my bearings. These two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. And right here is a transversal that cuts through this. So if I can figure out what this angle is, I know that will be equivalent to this angle. These are alternate interior angles. We have two parallel lines and a transversal that cuts through this. So again, this is the measurement on the map of 273 millimeters, 235, and 178. Now, I'm just going to call this right now, just to make this easier. If we want to match it up with what we have there, we could call this A, we could call this B, and we could call this C, okay? In the purpose of using the formulas on the board. I want to know what is this angle right here. What is angle A? So I'm going to look on the board, and I see the three different formulas, and I want to use the formula that has the cosine of large capital A. That represents that angle. So A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC times the cosine of angle A. Okay, so what is side A? Side A is 235. Now I'm going to move this over. To move it over, I'm going to subtract. What is side B? Well, here's my B. Side B is 273. And I'm going to take positive C squared. I'm going to move it over to the left-hand side by subtracting. What is side C? This is C, angle C. Side C is 178. Now, I need to move the negative 2b to the opposite side, And to move this over to the opposite side, it's being multiplied times the cosine of A. So I'm going to divide it. So I'm going to take all of this and divide it by negative 2, side B, and side C. Okay. Side B, here's my B, side B is 273, side C is 178. Again, that's going to give me this angle right here. So grab your calculator, please make sure you're in degree by going up to the top, making sure that when you hit mode it is in degree, especially if you reset your calculator. And we're going to start here. I'm only going to do the top first. 235 squared, subtract 273 squared, subtract 178 squared. Oh my goodness, that didn't look pretty. 235 squared, subtract 273 squared, subtract 178 squared. I want to make sure that my numbers all look correct right now. Okay, that's great. I'm going to press enter. And now I'm going to divide it by, in parentheses, negative 2 times 273 times 178. Okay, that's what the cosine of A is. Now to figure out A, we're going to do like the arc cosine or the inverse cosine. And I'm going to copy and paste that in. Please no talking when I'm doing this. This is the angle I get. I get 58.4 approximately. 58.4 approximately. Now that angle is going to be the same as this angle right here. So 58.4. So if I had to give the bearings from Denver to Orlando, I would say go south 58.4 degrees and then to the east.